Hey, welcome to Shake the Frost with Raymond. Today I'm going to reassemble the filter in a little bit deeper pan on the C4 on Clifford, the 72 E100 shorty. I probably should have done quite a bit of different maintenance before driving it into town yesterday, or even just jumping in it the other night, and I think I had it up to about 130 kilometers an hour on the highway. So do as I say, not as I do. I'll show you at the end of the video why you shouldn't just hop into something. You should really look it over, and I know better, and did it anyway. So anyway, good to see you all. Thanks for tuning into the channel, and I'll toss my coveralls on and get at it. Hope you're all well. It's almost Christmas and everything. I head to work pretty soon, and but figure I got to button up a couple things in the shop, and I'll go over the van, probably lower it down and show you some of the things that I've done lately, accessory and wise, and I guess I'll probably do a video after this taking the front steering components apart. Just a hint at the end of the video. I will be right back to you. All right, not sure if that's a very good angle for the transmission or not. Transmission, as I had assumed, because this van had 55,000 miles original in 72, that it would look pretty decent inside. The pan itself had no filings, had some dark, probably where the clutch material had turned and dropped to the bottom, but there's zero metal, just a darker fluid. Of course, the fluid I should have serviced before driving it all around. I topped it up, and you know, it was a little discolored, but wasn't too bad. But now that I've gotten into it, man, it's clean in there. So I'm going to put the filter back on, clean the bolts, and a different pan that's a little bit deeper, and we shall go from there. Yeah, very, very happy about it. The motor and tranny itself were pretty dirty. I drove it into Lethbridge yesterday on the highway, which I shouldn't have. I got a muffler put on. Minute Muffler did a nice job. The glass went to crystal glass, and had my friend Ian there put a piece of glass that I couldn't find in the back. The shorty window, I had a spare one, but it's a regular size van, long van, and that glass, of course, wouldn't fit. Any glass that van had, though. This shorty van had most of the windows smashed out of it, so that all went into here from the parts van. And I should say, a lot of the parts van items came into this, bumper wise, because they were chrome. I swapped onto this van, a chrome grill, chrome little side pieces. You know, I used whatever I could that I thought was an update from the other van into this one. She's all clean and ready for that. What I'll do is I'll just shut off for a minute. I'll clean up the heads of the bolts and get prepared to screw this thing together. See you in a minute. I'll clean up a few of these bolts on my wire wheel. Might as well. that'll do. And anybody that's asking, hey, where's your safety glasses? Well, you know, of course they're in the house on my nightstand. Where else would they be? You know, not on my head, not protecting my eyes, but hey, that's life. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we'll get rid of the drain. Go. See what I got. Probably don't need an extension this crazy long, but we got today. Filter buttoned up. When I did drive it, the tranny shifted really nice. I'm really happy with it. I had issues with the neutral safety. Neutral safety switch looked very similar to that of the ones the Mustangs, 60s Mustangs and such. I ended up having to take this one off this one and one off the parts van. Drilling the rivets and basically making two, or making one out of two. It's on there, it works. Don't know for how long, but I certainly wasn't able to find anywhere else, so I had to do what I had to do. Magnet down the lowest point there. Perfect. Okay. All right, well, let's get this thing bolted on. I'll come right back rather than have to fast forward. Okay, I know it's got a rubber gasket. I did put just a thin layer of my copper silicone, just a thin layer. Got the pan up there. I'll button the rest of the pan up and I got the thread started on the filler, or the dipstick tube. Apparently I can't hold all the bolts in my hand at the same time. A couple things I still need to find for the van. I want to re-bleed the brakes. They still don't feel 100% top notch. The fuel tank came out of my parts van. I cleaned it out, and well, Don's radiator cleaned it out for me, and I installed it. And the fuel sender seems to be open circuit, so I'll replace that. I had a friend of mine make me a drive shaft. It appears that before I bought it, someone had lifted it with a forklift and banged up the drive shaft and the muffler. So I have a new muffler on yesterday, like I mentioned, at Minute Muffler Lethbridge, and I'll show you that as soon as we get this button up there. So it's a 302 C4 and a 9-inch out of the factory, original. Pretty happy with that. 9-inch is pretty strong diff. Show you the muffler they put on. I didn't know if the pipe here would be too rusty or not. They come into one. I'd like duals eventually. Anyway, they tack welded it, clamped it, and that's the new muffler all the way back. Then over the axle, and the little dump out the corner there. I did get my blue dots in. I'll lower the van down and show you some of the other goodies that I did. But so I'll tighten up the dipstick tube there on the side, and start adding some fluid. And I think that the tranny should last a long time. Sure felt great driving first, second, third. Seems to not be in first very long. I think the gears are about a 310 or a 325. And I have another pumpkin, 9-inch pumpkin, and a guy in BC is sitting on a set of 275 gears, which should make quite a difference on the highway. And if they're way too extreme, then I can go back to the 310, 325. It's just a matter of bolting the pumpkin in. So that's kind of fun. Anyway, I will be right back to you once I've filled the oil, and then I'll lower it down and we'll go over some of the craziness, the fun that I've had with this van, tinkering and playing and really kind of mimicking some folks on YouTube doing the same type of van, doing the same kind of thing, especially Kevin and a couple other guys on there. So it's awesome that they're posting, and I've done quite a bit of stuff, whether right or wrong. I've done quite a bit of stuff to it, and I'll just go over what I've done. Any questions, of course, message, and then I'll get back to you if I can. We'll talk to you soon. All right, so I got that other glass put in, which is all right. This one here, I wasn't able to find one for the shorty. I did find a nice Macklin Ford decal, which is one of the oldest Ford dealers in Calgary. I put in my blue dots and the chrome trim that came around the turn signals from the parts van, I haven't scraped the floor, and I haven't mounted the bench. Bench seat came out of a 91 E250, and lady gave it to me. It's mint. Took the sheepskin off, and it's absolutely brand new underneath. It even has the build sheet from the van under the seat, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't done the sides. This coming off. Roof. That's all coming off. So I didn't think the radio was going to work because, and that doesn't really bother me. I have a Volkswagen thing that I restored, and it never came with a radio. So I take my little toolbox radio with me, and at least then I've got some tunes. Maybe comment below what you think the kind of colors it is with the coral, Calypso coral roof and the beige. To me it's kind of A&W colors. I'd kind of like to do the doors with an A&W logo. Old school, faded, not much to see on the door, but kind of barely see that. So yeah, comment below, see if you think that'd be a cool idea to do. I did find the rear view, one of the long rear views. Found some fuzzy dice. Found a bobbing head dog. A friend of mine ordered me the spinner knob for the wheel, which is probably not legal at all, but I love it. So just a few things, having fun tinkering with this van. So I'm glad it was running and driving. I now have to disassemble it, and I'll lift it up and I'll show you why, and why you shouldn't just get something running and see how fast it goes. Basically, 130 kilometers an hour, what's that, 70 miles an hour, something like that, between here, my acreage, and the highway, and it probably wasn't a wise idea. Once I put it up on the hoist, once I get it up here, I'll show you. But a lot of the steering components have to come apart. One's quite concerning. So anyway, as soon as I come back, it'll be in the air, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we'll put you back on the stand. Make sure she's set. Put you back on the stand, and I'll show you what's going on with the steering, and why you shouldn't be like me. Don't do what I do. Okay, let's see. You can see that. Yeah, so I'll go on this side. Anyway, this should pull the wheels each way real nice, right and left. And I knew I had a problem. I went and I adjusted the steering box. What I read is had to be in the air, adjust a quarter turn at a time. And anyway, I come down here just to move the wheels manually, and lots of grease nipples and everything. I was going to grease it up nice. And yeah, take a peek at the center. So it would appear that my pivot area here, which has bushings in it, has come apart. And I'm not sure if I can even. I'm going to go over and take a look at the parts van. The parts van, though, is a 1-ton. I have a feeling it might be the same. So if it is, I'm of course going to check and see, but that's not right. So don't do what I do, and see what it's capable of straight away without checking all the safety items like brakes and steering and all that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, checking it out. I appreciate everybody that posts online on them repairing their vans, and if there's anything you want to see, send me a message, and I'll do it when I can. Thank you. Have a good one.